You almost spilled my coffee there, big guy. Well, good morning, good morning. We're gathering with Coffee with Casper. I see that we're up on Facebook. That means we're up on YouTube. So we are in the groove. We got about a minute and a half to go. So check in, let me know where you are. We're glad you're here. I'm going to get my nice white sweater all dirty. Well, we got a couple people checking in. Good to see you this morning. Candace from Palm Desert, and Arlen from San Juan Capistrano? No, from San Clemente. I knew that. Good morning, good morning. We're glad you're here. We're going to gong ourselves in just about a minute. I'm Harry Morgan Moses. This is Coffee with Casper. This is Casper. This is my coffee. You're welcome to your beverage of choice. He put his good morning from Hollywood. The Reverend Trish is with us. Good morning, the Knowles family. David is with us so far. Good to see you. Paul Fagan. All right, the very talented Paul Fagan from Hollywood and Colorado. From South Carolina is with us. Good to see you. Dave and you guys post a picture of the puppy dog. We want to see your new baby. All right, how exciting. All right, good morning, Pam from Santa Rosa, California. And there's the 8:30. So we're all gathered, a bunch of light workers gathered to see what we can do to empower ourselves and therefore empower our environment and therefore do our part in the awakening world. Yes, here we go. Thanks for being you. Ready, big hug. We're going to take a big breath in. We're going to let out the sound awe. And then relax the shoulders. And just allow yourselves to be present here for this next 19 minutes. Here we go. Big breath in. Bring the energy up into your heart center, and let's just hang out there for a little while together as a bunch of light workers gathered around the world. So happy to see you here this morning. All right, good morning from Oklahoma. Good morning from Whittier, Carol. Nice to have you with us this morning. Aloha, Ann from Honolulu, and thank you for sending that lovely little tie. That was very thoughtful of you. Sure appreciate that. We are doing our work in the world, each of us, by remembering who and what we are. And that's what we wanted to talk about today. I was visiting a friend, and the friend has a beautiful backyard. The couple has a beautiful backyard, and they're mature. And all of a sudden, the mosquitoes have become a problem. They've lived in that house for nearly 40 years, and all for the husband. Now the mosquitoes. Good morning, Chris. Nice to see you this morning. We'll see you for our 50th high school reunion in just a few weeks. Oh, my goodness. Anyway, he got an aversion to mosquitoes, and they live in sort of a shadowy canyon, unlike where you can see the sunshine here when the sun comes out. Today in Southern California, by the way, we're having actual Southern California weather. It's going to be 78 degrees and clear. Well, we hope it's beautiful wherever you are, but it's gorgeous here in Southern California today. And we're certainly glad that we're all connected wherever we are in the world. So if you saw the poster, anyway, I began to remember, there's of course, the famous Louise Hay book, You Can Heal Your Life, which has a metaphysical correspondent chart. I mean, what are the underlying subconscious thought patterns that might be prevalent with some condition that has emerged on the surface? Because we know, everybody here on Coffee with Casper knows everything goes from the inside out. That tone that the reason we play the gong, and you know, you have to know how to play the gong, it doesn't just happen by itself, right? Is that tone that's ringing out from each one of us is creating a vibration. by the sum total of our awareness, everything we thought, say, do, and feel. And that tone is what is connected, where you're directly linked to the universe itself in something called the law of the circle. It has been called the law of karma, the law of mind, the law of reciprocal action. It's the same law. That energy which comes from me returns to me as the multidimensional aspects of my being. It's not that really a thought becomes a thing, because we might hear a siren and have a bad thought. We could also hear a siren and say, oh, it's a girl. But it's the sum total of our thoughts, and it then becomes our attitude, which is the mindset which we are receiving things. And so when we begin to really wake up in terms of spiritually waking up, we seek to become more and more conscious of what's running through our mentality. As we have often shared before, the Mary Baker Eddy line, which is stand porter at the door of thought. And what we would say is become conscious of what's running through your mentality. Because what's running through your mentality is contributing to your full-blown experience in the law of the circle, what's coming back to you, energy in, energy out, right? So what are we doing with the energy of our consciousness becomes critical, because we have two aspects of our mind, which we all know. We have the conscious mind, which is a very small portion of what we're consciously aware of at any given moment, and the subconscious mind, which is the chalice which holds everything that we've ever believed. And the law is responding to the sum total of those two minds and returning to us as our experience. So what we want to do is know that spontaneity exists, because the more I tune into that which is high spiritual love, the more I tune into being an instrument of love and light and joy and gratitude and appreciation and receptivity and anticipation of a greater good, the more I tune into that, the more I'm contributing to my vibration, the more my vibration is returning as my experience, and the more I can extend my vibration to help heal and uplift other people. Yeah? That by means of living your life well, you can help other people. You can teach by means of example how you begin to change your mind and change your experience. Well, anyway, the Louise Hay's book, which I mentioned, You Can Heal Your Life, has a very famous metaphysical chart, and many metaphysicians have it in their library. I certainly have several copies in mine. And there was another book written quite a ways before then called Christian Victory Instruction. Frederick Keeler, I believe was his name. I'll double check that for you next week. But he was an interpretation of the Christ as we would interpret the Christ, which is not an individual but a state of consciousness. The Christ consciousness, the Buddha awareness, the walking in enlightenment, meaning I still chop wood and carry water like everybody else, but I'm aware of the unity of all life. I'm aware that there's a direct connection between me and Source is constantly loving me, inviting me to open my eyes to that love, to receive that love, and then to be an instrument of that love. And the famous line from the ancient Hindu scripture is, the self shall reveal the self by the self, to the self, through the self. In other words, you have to participate in your own awakening. If you don't know where you're going, you'll probably end up somewhere else. So the Frederick Keeler line related to bugs, being bugged by things, is nothing can invade. Hey, Lorraine, nice to see you from Canada. Nice to see you this morning. Judy from Texas, nice to have you with us. Judy, the wonderful practitioner from Texas. If you saw the poster said, I caught my breath and gained my perspective. And sometimes when we're inundated by all of the information in the world, and particularly by war, the war in the Ukraine, the presence of dictatorships that would rob people of their individual rights, the presence of the Middle East, where a conflict among cultures has gone on for thousands of years, and yet there's a deeper call to make the circle bigger, right? What was the line? He drew a circle that shut me out, heretic, rebel, and thing to flout. But love and I had the wit to win. We drew a circle and took them in. So if we catch our breath, and if you certainly, we know we have many viewers from all over the world, but we also know the United States makes a big noise. And so there are many people around the world who are aware of the divisiveness in this country. And this is our obligation as free souls to draw that bigger circle, as Edward Markham said, to make that bigger circle, to include everyone, and to recognize that the Christ, the Atman, the Buddha, the High Self, the actual recreation of God in its own creation, as itself, in itself, it requires that we wake up and make a larger circle and get back to sharing that we believe in life and liberty and the right to pursue happiness, that we believe that for all people, that we believe in the end that the highest and best good will happen, that the term que sera, sera, what will be, but my individuality can never be invaded. Nothing can invade the real individuality, because I am already the Christ Victoria, I am already the Buddha awakening, I am already the law of divine protection, I am already the law of the perfect circle, and I can use that law in a way that brings more and more good for myself and for others. So I caught my breath and I gained a perspective. No matter what happens in the unfoldment of the next year, no matter how much progress we make toward the awakening of peace, no matter how much progress we make in bringing a greater sense of compassion into the world, the more we release prejudices and fears and bigotries and recognize the divinity and the Christ, the Atman, the Buddha, the High Self of every living soul, regardless of where they are currently vibrating with their current awareness. Because everyone has the power to increase their awareness, to tune into the infinite, and to begin to partner with Source to bring a greater good into your life. Good and more good is mine. There's no limit to the good that is mine. I begin to open my eyes everywhere I look. I see this good. I feel it. It crowds itself against me, flows through me, and multiplies itself around me. I am a place that multiplies good. And that's good for me, yes, but it's good for everybody who touches the arena of my experience. And you're doing that in your world, and you're making a circle, and your circle is touching my circle. And here we have hundreds and perhaps thousands of people on Coffee with Casper who witnessed this video over the last 4 years that we've been making them on a regular basis, simply reminding people of a principle of that you are one with the one, and that your presence is necessary in awakening the world, in bringing the greatest amount of awareness you can into your own life. And then by sharing that awareness through your love and joy and laughter and connection and appreciation, by just being you and celebrating the you-ness of you and enjoying it and seeing your good come, and then encouraging others to open to that great good, to open to the fact that they can live in tune with the law of the infinite, that they can live in tune with love and light and joy and wisdom and peace and harmony, that human miscreations, and the greatest of all human miscreations is human's inhumanity to itself, is something that's been going on for eons of time, and now we're in the shift. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius, and you and I are light workers in that age, bringing more light, more love, more joy, more wisdom, more belonging into the universe. I'm Harry Morgan Moses. You're watching Coffee with Casper. If being reminded of these things, which I know you already know because you've touched them, or you wouldn't be touching the vibration of this stream. We're all in this stream, vibrating close enough together that we can support each other, that we can encourage one another, that we can know that it is in fact, as the great philosopher Ernest Holmes said, it is our birthright to see through the mist into the eternal and changeless reality. And that's what we're about. Let me be the one who has the eyes to see, the ears to hear, and the wisdom to follow The soul has two faces. One is gazing at the glory of God. Begin to ask your I am consciousness, what are you gazing at? Show me the beauty, the glory that you can see. Open my consciousness that I make more room for that glory. And as I do, catching in my awareness a greater authority in love, a greater authority in the use of the law of mind, a greater authority in clarifying my own consciousness to fulfill my goals, dreams, and desires. So here we go. Simple. I begin the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Stephen Covey. The very first habit. Begin with the end in mind. And I remind you, the biggest end in mind. I came from the light. I put on a coat of skins. I came in purpose to fulfill this life, to learn, as St. Ignatius says, what it is to be a human being fully alive, which is a reflection of the glory of the Most High. How can I become more and more alive, and in my aliveness share that life, that I may light the light in others, or add to the light in others, or encourage the light in others? That I can encourage a universe that lives in peace, in love, in harmony, in compassion, in a willingness to extend our energy for one another, that we might heal, uplift, and inspire, and bring forth more life. Begin with the end in mind. And I take you back to that very simple affirmation. I choose to comfortably live my life and fulfill my purpose. Fulfilling my purpose does not mean I have to suffer and endure the miscreations of humanity. It means I can begin to lift my awareness and transcend the miscreations of humanity and be a place where new creation is taking place. The creation of love and harmony and art and beauty and wisdom and peace and compassion and caring for the benefit of all, every race, every color, every nation, every creed, every individual, no matter where they're vibrating currently, is the potential of the awakened Christ, the potential of the awakened Buddha, the potential of the glory of illumination, the potential of being a walking mystic on the planet. A walking mystic who washes his hands, uses the bathroom, eats food. Assimilation, circulation, elimination is part of the human condition, but is lifting it simply by being alive. We look. I'm just astounded by the beauty of the lifetime of Jimmy Buffett and his music, and how many thousands and thousands and thousands of people he's inspired to turn to joy and to beauty and to communion and to fun. We were born to have fun living, to constantly commune with the power that's within and around us, and to grow and expand forever. I'm Harry Morgan Moses. Make your comments online. Share the video. Share the YouTube link. It's very easy to go to YouTube and just share that link directly in your list, in your contact list and emails. Invite people to empower themselves, even if this is just a part of their practice, once a week, lifting ourselves up. Once a week, reminding ourselves by connecting together. Let me know where you are, where you're checking in from, where you're watching, and bringing, through my prayers and meditation, as I've said for years and years, before you get out of bed, greet the day. If you need to use assimilation, elimination, if you need to eliminate, then use the bathroom, come back into bed, and then greet the day. Say, this is the day I'm expecting great and wonderful things. This is the day I'm going to take care of what projects I've already assigned to myself, and I'm open to the greater good that might happen. This is the day where I'm spontaneously open to receive at a greater level than I've ever known before. This is the day where I'm ready to open my eyes and perceive the beauty all around me and the love that's all around me. This is the day for me to reach out and touch somebody. Just by saying hello, by checking in, by saying you care. This is so easy. It becomes easy to lift myself out of the mire of the race mind, which has been confused for eons of time. I'm not above the race mind, I'm in the race mind. but I'm helping to transcend it. I'm helping to change it. I'm helping to uplift humanity because I'm remembering who I came. I'm beginning with the end in mind. I came from the light, in the light, as the light, with the light, to draw upon the one, that it may use me as an instrument of its love and its light in the world. That it may use you as an instrument of love and light in the world. Who you are is something wonderful. The work that you've grown into, the awareness that you have become, is something important in the world. Each one of us is critically needed in this time of humanity's transformation. Each one of us must have faith that in the end, the Christ, the Atman, the Buddha, is victorious. The victory is already complete because the one is absolute. There is nothing that can invade my real individuality. And my real individuality has every right to become manifest in this time, in this space, in this body, that I may make a contribution in the cosmos, and in so doing, glorify in what it is to be a human being alive. What if you could just glorify in being yourself alive? And then one step at a time. If there's a mess, if you made a mess, clean it up. If you need help, ask the universe to help you clean it up. If you need a broom, ask the universe to help you find a broom. Right? If things are going good and you want to attune them and polish them and make them cleaner and better and nicer, then celebrate your good, celebrate your victories, and make room for the cleaner and better and nicer. Make room for the richer and more alive. Make room for a belly laugh. Make room for a connection with your friends. We are the right people at the right time doing the right thing. Who you are is something wonderful. We'll be back next week with Coffee with Casper. Until we meet again, we invite you to go in the light, as the light, and with the light. Begin with the end in mind. I choose to comfortably live my life and fulfill my purpose. Have a great and wonderful week. We'll see you then. Until we see you next time, we invite you to go in the light, as the light, and with the light. May the long-time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide you on your way. Bye for now. We'll see you next week on Coffee.